nights when it doesn't rain, she listen to the end of two stories, breathing for the last time in the same place. The neon lights flickered on the wet asphalt, and there, in that mixture of reflections, our silhouettes decided to leave without uttering a single word. Looking at you, searching for a gesture, any sign that contradicted the truth. But there was a solid silence between us, a transparent veil through which hope melted. His gaze seemed hidden by the rain, and mine was trying to hide how much it hurt. Without understanding, it was the last one. The lights reflected off the wet ground, distorted versions of ourselves. The whole world went into slow motion while the sound of the rain drowned out our words. Oh, there was no goodbye, there were no errors mentioned aloud. There were only two silhouettes standing still under the broken promise of the storm. Our silhouettes in the rain stops where everything was lost. The reflection spoke louder than any words, the truth that none of us admitted. Our silhouettes in the rain, two shadows about to dissolve, and even without saying goodbye, the rain spoke for us. The whole city seemed to be watching, as if he knew something important was leaving. The violet lights flickered in the puddles, and each tremor reinforced the inevitable. You turned your face away for a second, enough for me to understand what he was hiding. It was pain, it was exhaustion, it was the awareness that nothing would ever be whole again. The rain left marks on our clothes, but what really mattered, those were the words we never said. Even before you take the first step, we were already far away. It's strange how the separation begins a millisecond before the body moves, and that blue glow reflected on the asphalt. I saw the final version of the two of us, half light, half shadow, whole only in what did not happen. Our silhouettes in the rain, they remain trapped in that eternal minute where we stand side by side, knowing that the end had already come. Our silhouettes in the rain, they are the clearest memories I carry with me, and even without a word, everything has been said between us. The rain intensifies as if repeating the moment, painting the same scene on the buildings and windows. The neon light pulses in wide waves, as if trying to recreate his face in the reflection. Footsteps echo around me, but none of them are yours. The shadows multiply, transforming that place into a surreal movie where time changes the outcome. I go back there sometimes, not to revive, but to understand what's left. And I realize that the rain holds memories, as if drops were tiny files of what we were unable to save. I can still see our silhouettes in my mind, frozen under the neon lights. Two shadows trying to stay upright in the storm that we also were. Our silhouettes in the rain, they are the ultimate portrait of love that did not endure. A liquid painting of two souls trying to say goodbye, but lacking a courage. Our silhouettes in the rain, they continue to live where time does not touch them, because certain endings are so silent that echo forever. Lights go out one by one, but the scene remains with me intact. Two silhouettes in the rain, separated even before leaving.
There are moments when the world hangs in midair, as if you were waiting for our courage. But time went on without asking us, and what was left behind was a gesture that never happened, an almost touch that became infinite. The absence of a kiss became a presence, a memory that beat stronger, more than any lived reality.
I hear the echo of that moment every time I close my eyes. where the wind seemed to repeat his name. At every corner, memories would surface from that tension that never broke.
The world moved on and so did we, but something remained stuck in the air. It wasn't the touch, it wasn't the gesture, but the imagined universe that we create without realizing it. Sometimes I think about the kiss that wasn't given. It was our way of immortalizing the moment. No concrete reality. It can compete with the impossible perfect. He lives in the space between our lives, breathing through what we never had the courage to be.
Echoes of the kiss we never had, they shed light on who we truly were. A suspended intact desire that even time could not erase. Echoes of the kiss we never had, they still whisper everything we feel. Even though we have followed different paths, that almost story still defines us.
The city fills with shades of pink and blue, as if trying to reconstruct the lost moment. The lights bend around us, creating parallel versions of what we were.
I see our shadows drawing closer, repeating the movement we never completed. The air trembles with the memory of the non-existent touch, an eternal prelude echoing between worlds. For a second, everything finally seems possible. But the moment fades away, it fell apart as always. The scene returns to silence, leaving only a trace of what could have been. I understand finally that some loves don't need to happen to be real. It is enough that the echo remains. Echoes of the kiss we never had, they continue to breathe in the spaces of memory. A gesture the world didn't see, but the heart never let it die. Echoes of the kiss we never had, they are silent proof that we exist. And even without having touched each other, that almost kiss,
It was the truest thing I've ever felt. Night turns off its lights, but the echo remains steady. It's the sound of love that never happened, but it continues to exist with every breath we hold.
not obey the world. They pass through the cracks of time. They cross silences. They challenge distances that should be final. And between us there's something like this, a red line that vibrates silently, even when everything else falls apart. From the very first night, something about you shone in a shade I already recognized. It wasn't a memory, neither is it a coincidence. It was recognition. The red line appeared like a breath, joining our breaths before the touch. And even without understanding, we were already connected towards a destination we did not choose. Oh, there was something too profound to call it chance, but too fragile to become real life. The world didn't want us together. The line refused to break. It pulsed between us like an electric wire wanting to exist. The red line between your heart and mine, it still burns even far away from you. It's a bond that no choice can break, a truth that time cannot hide. The red line between your heart and mine, it traverses worlds we cannot reach. Even if life has said no, destiny whispered yes. We try to follow different paths, but something was always pulling slowly, like a silent call, which none of us wanted to admit. The world demanded resignation, but the heart retained its presence. And every time I close my eyes, I see the red line extending above the cities, above the decades, and take me to you. She doesn't promise a reunion. It does not promise a cure. It doesn't promise a happy ending. It promises only existence, and perhaps that is stronger than any love lived in hate. The red line between your heart and mine, it doesn't fade with time. She breathes in the intervals between memories, survives the impossible, and it remains intact. The red line between your heart and mine, it's proof that love can exist, even when the whole world says no. The red light begins to expand, drawing paths we've never traveled. I see versions of ourselves in other destinations. Some meet, others are lost. They are all real somewhere. The universe folds into waves, showing trails that could have been ours, if only time had been kinder. The line pulses at an increasing pace, as if trying to align us. link that vibrates without acquiring touch, without asking for their presence, without asking for anything in return.
The red line between your heart and mine, it's all that's left and everything that never goes away. Promise without words, a formless connection, a destination that continues to breathe. The red line between your heart and mine, time and space will conquer, and any life that separates us, because certain loves, they don't need to happen in order to continue existing. Night turns off the lights, but not the light. She remains shining in the silence, guiding what we went, what we are, and what we continue to be. Even from a distance. There are nights when it doesn't rain. She listens. Listen to the end of two stories, breathing for the last time in the same place. The neon lights flickered on the wet asphalt, and there, in that mixture of reflections, our silhouettes decided to leave without uttering a single word. The water was running down our shoulders, as if trying to sew together two broken halves. I was looking at you, searching for a gesture, any sign that contradicted the truth, but there was a solid silence between us, a transparent veil through which hope melted. His gaze seemed hidden by the rain, and mine was trying to hide how much it hurt. At that moment, I realized without understanding, it was the last one. The lights reflected off the wet ground, creating distorted versions of ourselves. The whole world went into slow motion while the sound of the rain drowned out all words. There was no goodbye, there were no errors, mentions aloud. intensifies as if repeating the moment, painting the same scene on the buildings and windows. The neon light pulses in wide waves as if trying to recreate his face in the reflection. Footsteps echo around me, but none of them are yours. The shadows multiply, transforming that place into a surreal movie where time spins, spins, spins. But it never changes the outcome. I go back there sometimes, not to revive, but to understand what's left. And I realize that the rain holds memories, as if drops were tiny files of what we were unable to save. I can still see our silhouettes in my mind, frozen under the neon lights. Two shadows trying to stay upright in the storm that we all Our silhouettes in the rain, they are the ultimate portrait of love that did not endure. A liquid painting of two souls trying to say goodbye, but lacking the courage. Our silhouettes in the rain, they continue to live where time does not touch them, because certain endings are so silent that echo forever. The sound of the water fades. The lights go out one by one, but the scene remains with me intact. There are moments when the world hangs in midair, as if he were waiting for our courage. But time went on without asking us, and what was left behind was a gesture that never happened, an almost touch that became infinite. I remember the night we got too close, where the light from the shop windows curved around us. His words trembled like stars, and my heart felt like it was trying to pierce through the air. The distance between our mouths, it was nothing more than a breath, and yet something invisible stopped us, as if life itself were afraid. Than what that kiss could create. After that, everything changed. The absence of a kiss became a presence, a memory that beats stronger, more than any lived reality. I hear the echo of that moment every time I close my eyes. Echoes of the kiss we never had, they touch my heart like lost music, a fragment trapped between the two of us, resisting the test of time as a hidden truth. Echoes of the kiss we never had. from that tension that never broke. The world moved on and so did we, but something remained stuck in the air. It wasn't the touch, it wasn't the gesture, but the imagined universe that we create without realizing it. Sometimes I think about the kiss that wasn't given. It was our way of immortalizing the moment. No concrete reality, it can't compete with the impossible perfect. He lives in the space between our lives, breathing through what we never had the courage to be. Echoes of the kiss we never had, they shed light on who we truly were. A suspended intact desire that even time could not erase. Echoes of the kiss we never had, they still whisper everything we feel. Even though we have followed different paths, that almost story still defines us. The city fills with shades of pink and blue, as if trying to reconstruct the lost moment. The lights bend around us, creating parallel versions of what we were. I see our shadows drawing closer, repeating the movement we never completed. The air trembles with the memory of the non-existent touch, an eternal prelude echoing between worlds. And for a second, everything finally seems possible. But the moment fades away, it fell apart as always. The scene returns to silence, leaving only a trace of what could have been. I understand, finally, that some loves don't need to happen to be real. It is enough that the echo remains. Echoes of the kiss we never had, they continue to breathe in the spaces of memory. A gesture the world didn't see, but the heart never let it die. Echoes of the kiss we never had, they are silent proof that we exist. And even without having touched each other, that almost kiss, it was the truest thing I've ever felt. Night turns off its lights, but the echo remains steady. It's the sound of love that never happened, but it continues to exist. There are bonds that with every breath we hold, they pass through the cracks of time. They cross silences, they challenge distances that should be final. And between us, there's something like this. A red line that vibrates silently, even when everything else falls apart. From the very first night, something about you shone in a shade I already recognized. It wasn't a memory, neither is it a coincidence. It was recognition. The red line appeared like a breath, joining our breaths before the touch. And even without understanding, we were already connected towards a destination we did not choose. There was something too profound to call it chance, but too fragile to become real life. The world didn't want us together, but the line refused to break. It pulsed between us like an electric wire wanting to exist. The red line between your heart and mine, it still burns even far away from you. It's a bond that no choice can break, a truth that time cannot hide. The red line between your heart and mine, it traverses worlds we cannot reach, even if life has said no. Destiny whispered yes. We try to follow different paths, but something was always pulling slowly, like a silent call, which none of us wanted to admit. The world demanded resignation, but the heart retained its presence. And every time I close my eyes, I see the red line extending above the cities, above the decades, and take me to you. She doesn't promise a reunion, it does not promise a cure, it doesn't promise a happy ending. It promises only existence, and perhaps that is stronger than any love lived in haste. The red line between your heart and mine, it doesn't fade with time. She breathes in the intervals between memories, survives the impossible, and it remains. racing pace, as if trying to align us, at least for a moment, between two different realities. Then I realize we don't need to be together, so the connection is genuine. Love hasn't disappeared, he simply found another way to exist. Quieter, deeper, more eternal. It's a link that vibrates without acquiring touch, without asking for their presence, without asking for anything in return. The red line between your heart and mine, it's all that's left, and everything that never goes away. A promise without words, a formless connection, a destination that continues to breathe. The red line between your heart and mine. Time and space will conquer, and any life that separates us, because certain loves, they don't need to happen in order to continue existing. The night turns off the lights, but not the line. She remains shining in the silence, guiding what we went, what we are, and what we continue to be. Even from a distance,